Dive into the world of unconventional wisdom where life hacks become hilariously complex riddles. Welcome to Bad Life Hacks. Hello, dear viewer, and welcome to Top Thangs. Today we set aside logic and reason and embrace the absurd. Oh geez, let's explore some bad life hacks, yo. Please note we don't advise replicating them unless you want to add hours of labor and absurdity to simple tasks. Let's begin. The Rube Goldberg breakfast machine. Moving on to our first absurdly overcomplicated life hack. Picture this. It's early in the morning and you're craving a hearty breakfast. But why make it yourself when you can build a Rube Goldberg machine to do it for you? First, you set off an alarm clock that triggers a small ball to roll down a track. This ball knocks over a series of dominoes, which then pushes a toy car into a switch. The switch activates a toaster and so on. After a good 30 minutes, just in time for you to finish your morning jog, your breakfast of toast and eggs is ready, served on a plate. Voila! Sure, it took you 3 weeks to build the machine, countless hours of trial and error, not to mention the space it's taken up in your kitchen, but hey, isn't it fun to watch? Who said life hacks should simplify life anyway? The ultimate automated house cleaning. Moving on to our next laughably overcomplicated life hack. Imagine this, you're tired of the daily grind of house cleaning. So you decide to create an intricate system of pulleys, levers and robotic arms to do the job for you. First, you step on a foot pedal that drops a marble into a maze. This marble triggers a series of events, each more ridiculous than the last. A broom starts sweeping, a mop starts mopping, and a vacuum cleaner starts running around the house. After about 45 minutes, just when you're done with your evening relaxation routine, your house is spick and span. Perfect. Of course, it took you a month to set up the system, numerous failed attempts to get it right. And let's not forget the vast amount of space it occupies in your living room. But isn't it a sight to behold? Whoever said life hacks should make life easier? On to our next overcomplicated life hack. Picture this. You've decided to get fit, but instead of just going for a run or joining a gym, you've decided to build your own fitness apparatus. You've connected a series of springs, weights, and pulleys to a stationary bike. There's a contraption that lifts a weight every time you pedal, another one that stretches a resistance band, and yet another that spins a hula hoop. By the time you're done, not only have you gotten a full-body workout, but you've also wasted hours setting up, adjusting, and fine-tuning your fitness machine. And let's not forget the space it takes up in your garage, but hey, at least you can say you've created your own unique workout routine, right? So the next time you're thinking of a new fitness routine, just remember, simple is best. And as always, don't forget to laugh at the absurdity of overcomplication. Moving on to our next example of overcomplication. Imagine waking up in the morning craving pancakes. But instead of just grabbing a pan, mixing up some batter and cooking your breakfast like any normal person, you've decided to create your own pancake printer. Yes, you've heard it right, a pancake printer. You've rigged up a 3D printer, tweaked and modified it to accept pancake batter instead of plastic filament. You've spent hours programming the machine to print out pancakes in the shape of your favorite cartoon characters or even your own face. It sounds fun, right? But think about it. You've spent countless hours setting up the printer, not to mention the time it takes to actually print each pancake. And let's not even talk about the cleaning up after. While it's a fun novelty, it's also a great example of overcomplication. A simple task, making pancakes, has been turned into a time-consuming and overly complex procedure. So the next time you're thinking of a new breakfast routine, remember, there's beauty in simplicity, and as always, don't forget to laugh at the absurdity of overcomplication. From pancakes to beverages, our journey of overcomplication continues. Ever thought of brewing your morning coffee or tea could be more techie? Well, our next life hack is about a beverage brewer that takes complexity to a new level. Picture this. You've got a microcontroller, a bunch of sensors, a heating element, and a pump. You've spent countless hours programming and wiring everything together to create a smart beverage brewer. You've even built a smartphone app to control it. Now, instead of just boiling water and adding a tea bag or coffee, you're navigating through a complex app, adjusting temperature and brew time down to the second, and waiting for your machine to do its magic. Sure, it might be fun to impress your friends with your high-tech brewing method, but when it comes to practicality, it's a whole different story. Not only is the setup overly complicated, but the time you've spent making it could have been used to enjoy numerous cups of coffee or tea using a traditional kettle. So the next time you think about upgrading your daily routine, remember, sometimes simpler is better. From brewing beverages to cleaning rooms, the realm of absurdly overcomplicated life hacks truly knows no bounds. Ever thought sweeping your room was too mundane a task? Well, our next life hack introduces a robotic room cleaner that takes overcomplication to a whole new level. Imagine this. You've got an old smartphone, a small motor, a dustpan, and a broom. After spending numerous hours programming and rigging everything together, you've created a smart room cleaning robot. You've even developed a smartphone app to control it. Now, instead of just picking up a broom and sweeping the room, you're navigating through a complicated app, adjusting the robot's speed and direction, and waiting for your smart cleaner to do its job. Sure, it might be fun to show off your high-tech cleaning method to your friends, but when it comes to practicality, it's a whole different story. Not only is the setup incredibly complicated, but the time you've spent creating it could have been used to clean your room multiple times using a traditional broom. So the next time you think about upgrading your cleaning routine, remember, sometimes simpler truly is better. Moving on to our next absurdly overcomplicated life hack, we present the Exaggerated Egg-Cracker. Have you ever thought cracking an egg was just too easy? Well, fear not, because this life hack has got you covered with an overly complex solution. Imagine having a device that takes up half of your kitchen counter. Assembled from various bits of wood, rubber bands, and a small hammer, you place the egg in a holder, pull a lever, and the hammer swings down to crack the egg. Sounds fun, right? But let's not forget the countless hours you've spent building this contraption, when you could have simply tapped the egg on the edge of a bowl. Not to mention the mess it creates when the hammer doesn't hit the egg just right, or when it hits too hard and you end up with an egg explosion. And let's not even get started on the cleaning up afterwards. So the next time you're tempted to innovate your egg cracking routine, remember, sometimes the simplest method is also the most efficient. Continuing our journey into the realm of ridiculously overcomplicated life hacks, we bring you the unnecessary umbrella unfolder. Do you ever find the simple act of opening an umbrella to be too mundane? Well, this life hack has an answer for you, an umbrella unfolder that is more complicated than a Rube Goldberg machine. Picture a device made of gears, pulleys, and levers, all designed to unfold an umbrella. Simply place the folded umbrella in the stand, pull a string, and watch as the machine whirs into action, slowly and dramatically unfurling the umbrella. It's a spectacle for sure, but when it comes to practicality, it's raining problems. Not only does this machine take up more space than an umbrella stand, but it also takes more time to unfold the umbrella than if you did it manually. And let's not forget about the catastrophic failures when the gears jam or the pulleys snap. So remember, when it comes to opening an umbrella, sometimes it's best to just do it the old-fashioned way. Moving on in our tour of the absurd, we present you the Comical Clothesline Contraption. Do you ever find the simple act of hanging clothes on a line to be too dull? Well, this life hack has a rather intricate solution for you. Imagine a contraption that looks like it was taken straight out of a cartoon. With a series of complex pulleys, springs, and a miniature conveyor belt, the machine is designed to hang your clothes on the line. All you need to do is place your wet clothes in a basket, press a button, and watch as the machine springs into action. Each item is grabbed by a mechanical claw, stretched out and clipped onto the line. It's a fascinating spectacle, if not a bit overdone. Unfortunately, this life hack fails to consider the time taken to set up and maintain this contraption, not to mention the disastrous outcomes when the springs snap or the conveyor belt jams. So, when it comes to hanging clothes, it's safe to say that sometimes simplicity is the key. Next up on our journey of overcomplicated life hacks, we have the Laughable Lunchbox Loader. Ever find packing a lunchbox too mundane? Well, this life hack introduces a Rube Goldberg-esque machine to add some unnecessary complexity to your morning routine. Simply place all your food items on a tray at one end of the machine and watch the magic happen. A series of levers, gears, and conveyor belts transport each item into the lunchbox, with a robotic arm meticulously arranging everything. It's a sight to behold, but not without its drawbacks. The machine takes up an entire kitchen counter, and don't even get us started on the cleaning process. Plus, the machine doesn't quite understand the concept of gentle, often squishing softer items like bananas and sandwiches. So, while it may be a fun spectacle, the Laughable Lunchbox Loader is a stark reminder that sometimes keeping it simple is the best way to go. Moving on to our next overcomplicated life hack, we present the excessive earbud entangler. Are you tired of your earbuds getting tangled up? This life hack suggests a contraption that supposedly solves this issue. It's a large wall-mounted device where you feed your earbuds into one end, and they come out perfectly coiled and encased in a custom-made shell on the other end. The process involves a series of rollers, pulleys, and a final heat-sealing stage to create the protective shell. While it may seem like a dream come true for those of us constantly battling tangled earbuds, it's not without its share of problems. The device is massive and requires a dedicated wall space. And here's the kicker. Once your earbuds are encased, you have to cut them out of the shell to use them, rendering the entire process useless. So while the excessive earbud entangler may seem like a solution, it's really just a hilarious example of a problem being overcomplicated. Moving on from the earbud entanglement, let's delve into the world of dental hygiene with the troublesome toothpaste transformer. This life hack is a testament to those who go to great lengths just to get the last bit of toothpaste out of the tube. The machine is a tabletop device that promises to extract every last drop of toothpaste. You feed your near-empty toothpaste tube into one end, and it's supposed to squeeze out the remaining paste into a small container at the other end. The process involves a series of gears, rollers, and a final scraping mechanism to ensure maximum extraction. While it may seem like a dream come true for those of us who hate waste, it's not without its complications. The device is bulky and takes up considerable counter space. Plus, the amount of toothpaste it actually recovers is minuscule and hardly worth the effort. So, while the troublesome toothpaste transformer may seem like a solution, it's really just a humorous example of a simple problem being overcomplicated. From dental hygiene, let's move on to the realm of waking up with the absurd alarm adjuster. This life hack takes the simple task of setting an alarm and turns it into an elaborate process. The machine, which looks like a cross between a miniature Ferris wheel and a cuckoo clock, is designed to set your alarm for you. You input the time you want to wake up into a digital console, and the machine sets to work. A series of levers and pulleys activate, moving a small hammer to hit the appropriate numbers on a circular dial. The dial then spins until it lands on the correct time, and voila! Your alarm is set. But the process is not as smooth as it sounds. The machine is loud, prone to errors, and takes a considerable amount of time to set a simple alarm. Moreover, it requires a significant amount of space on your bedside table. So while the absurd alarm adjuster might seem like an innovative solution, it's really just a laughable overcomplication of a task that can be done in seconds on any smartphone. From alarm clocks, we now move to the kitchen with the puzzling pizza prepper. This life hack turns the basic task of preparing a pizza into a complex, time-consuming ordeal. The contraption, resembling a mix between a miniature assembly line and a Rube Goldberg machine, is designed to make your pizza for you. First, you input your pizza specifications into a digital console, including your choice of crust, sauce, and toppings. The machine then sets to work, starting with the dough. A mechanical arm rolls it out and places it onto a moving belt. Next, other arms add sauce and toppings as the pizza moves along the belt. Once completed, another arm transfers the pizza into a mini oven for baking. And there you have it, your pizza is ready. But as with our previous life hacks, the puzzling pizza prepper is far from efficient. It's noisy, prone to malfunction, and takes significantly longer than just making a pizza by hand. Plus, it takes up a large part of your kitchen counter. So while the puzzling pizza prepper might seem like a fun novelty, it's just another laughably overcomplicated solution to a simple task. From pizzas, we pivot to sandwiches with the bizarre bread buttering bot. This life hack takes the simple task of buttering a slice of bread and turns it into an unnecessary technological feat. The contraption, which looks like a miniature car assembly line, is designed to butter your bread for you. First, you place a slice of bread on a conveyor belt. The machine then moves the bread slice beneath a mechanical arm holding a knife which is preloaded with butter. The arm moves back and forth, spreading butter on the moving bread slice. Once buttered, the bread slice is pushed off the conveyor belt onto a plate, and voila, your buttered bread is ready. But as with our previous life hacks, the bizarre bread buttering bot is far from practical. It's noisy, often smears butter unevenly, and takes far longer than just buttering a slice of bread by hand. Plus, it's a nightmare to clean. So, while the bizarre bread buttering bot might seem like a fun gadget, It's another laughably complex solution to a mundane task. Not to mention it might gain sentience and ask about its life purpose at some point. Wooba-looba-dub-dub. Am I right, fellas? Dear viewer, we hope you enjoyed this absurd video and laughed out loud, or at least quickly exhaled through your nose a few times. Maybe even rolled your eyes at the absurdity or cringed. Let us know what is your favorite hack in the comments. Thank you for watching Top Thangs. See you on the next one. Don't forget the best life hack. To get more content like this, just hit the like button and subscribe. No need to create any crazy contraption to hit the like button, just tap it with your finger. Although it would make for an interesting story if you build a like button machine.